Hello there! Wow! Perfect! Wonderful! Well done!
Okay!
What's up, everybody? The Nintendo Beast here, jumping back into Let's Play Animal Crossing City Folk here on the Nintendo Wii. Let's dive in here. It looks like it's a rainy day. At least it keeps time in this one. My GameCube clock battery, presumably, is dead. So it stopped keeping track of real time while the console is turned off. So once I save in Animal Crossing on GameCube, that's where it picks up. A year could pass, and it would still be stuck on that same day. So unfortunately, I do have to get my my Nintendo GameCube console fixed. Hopefully. Otherwise, I'll have to find a workaround to get Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing, in my mind, is the only game that I can think of on GameCube that actually applies to. So it's not. It's also the one GameCube game that I play the most of, too, though, so it is what it is. I'll have to figure that out, but anyway, so today, what do we got going on today here in Animal Crossing City Folk? So we caught our peacock butterfly. I think that's the only fish and bug that is still outstanding. So I think we're going to do some landscaping today. I think that's the move. Whoops, didn't mean to pick that up. But first, we're obviously going to, why can't I pick this weed? There we go. First, we're going to take a stroll over to Nook's. Make sure our pockets are empty, because that's crucial when landscaping. It appears that they are not. They are anything but, empty. So let me run into Nook's and empty out my pockets, sell some crap. Then we'll run to the city quick, check if Crazy Red has any artwork for sale, so we can try to make some progress in the museum today. Cedar sapling, keep those, keep that. That one, that. Yeah. That looks like a plan. So now we have a little bit more free, oh god. Variety. Good variety. I guess it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, that Tom Nook still asks that question every so often. Because if for some reason you would want to downgrade, I don't know why you would. I mean, again, I guess every version of Nook's store has benefits, like hours being different. Like in future Animal Crossing games, you can enact ordinances, which forces stores like Nook's to stay open late, or to open early, or whatever. In City Folk, I think the different stores offer different traits. So, like, obviously, if you select the best variety, Nookington's has the best variety. It has the most available items per day. Some of the other ones might have different hours, potentially better hours. So it's cool that if for some reason it's never struck me that I would ever want to downgrade my store from Nookington's. But I do respect the fact that you can if for some reason you wanted to. I thought that Phineas was up here, but it's just a cluster of animals, and then there's just this poor little, I think his name is Camo. What's your name, sir? Oh, it's Drift, my bad. Yeah, I guess Drift is just the one that nobody likes. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why anybody would ever downgrade from Nookington's, but it's cool that you had the option if you wanted to go all the way back to Nook's Cranny, or if you wanted to go down to Nookway, or Nook and Go. I'm trying to remember all the different variants. In my opinion, that's That's one of the biggest things that I feel is missing from Animal Crossing New Horizons is the upgradable stores. I always thought that was really cool. And, I don't know. That's just me, I guess. But I always did think it was very, very cool that you had something to work for in that regard. Like, the same way you have to work towards paying off your mortgage and upgrading your house, you did kind of the same thing. You worked in town and you did things to better your town to improve the Nook Shop. Oh, I think the Nook Shop was never really about town improvement, right? It was just like the more crap you bought and or sold. The more money that was flowing in any direction through Nook's shop caused it to expand, right? I don't know. I just kind of miss that kind of element in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I do love Animal Crossing New Horizons, but it's definitely a very different game. And that's just one stupid little element that I do wish was still in the game. For the longest time playing New Horizons, I was like, ooh, I wonder when Nook's Cranny's gonna like upgrade or whatever. And the answer was never. It's never going to upgrade. It's just permanently Nook's Cranny. Which isn't the worst. There is a decent variety, but I wish there was like a multi-level store. Like we could get a Nookingtons in there. I think that would be kind of cool. Tomorrow's the flea market. That was this past weekend. Nature Day. I missed Nature Day. No! Okay. So let's go see... What kind of artwork did I just pick up from Red? It's a perfect painting. Which, off the top of my head, I don't really... I'll probably recognize it when I see it in my art collection. But let's see if it's in there first, before we even consider getting it appraised. Is this it? Perfect painting? Crap, it is. Alright. I'm just so proud how far I've actually made it since the beginning of this Let's Play series. I'm pretty sure this was completely empty. It's still not great, but it's definitely better. It's definitely significantly better. It's not empty anymore. Okay, this back room still makes me sad, though. There are still 3, This back room still feels pretty empty to me. Let's bounce on out of here, shall we? Boo, 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 boo. Okay. Alright, so let's, I'm just gonna go right up to Nook and sell this artwork. I'm not gonna even look at it. He'll figure it out. If it's fake or not, I don't care. Just dispose of it. Just get it out of my sight. I don't need it. I don't want it. Be gone. Yeah. This. 490 bells. Okay, no questions asked. Maybe it's legit. I don't know. I didn't need it regardless, though, so... Get it out of my sight. Alright, so let's, I think we already got to chopping. So now we just need to get to shoveling and burying, trees. Well, this whole area, I guess I should just clean up, right? How much space do I have? Not enough. So let me come over here and drop that off. That frees up 1 space. Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna be a headache. I can already tell. Hey, a snail. Just want to go on record here and point out that snail, because in Animal Crossing on GameCube, I'm struggling to find the snail. It's an uncommon bug apparently, and I spent an entire like 30-minute episode trying to catch a snail, and I couldn't find any. I'm just gonna dump all of these stupid things in there. All that garbage. Wow, wow, wow. Can I drop... See, this is something that you can't do in Animal Crossing New Horizons as well, which I always thought was weird. You can't drop items in, like, the town square area, like, on the cement. Always thought that was super weird, didn't understand that. Put these up here. There we go. I just have to remember to go pick those up afterwards. But yeah, I don't know, it was just very strange to me. I understand not being able to put things down there. To an extent. I think it would be cool if you could put things down there. But I understand with the special characters that pop in there every so often. I understand that why it bars you from doing that. But just dropping items? That's weird to me. Like, you have to find... oh crap, I have to sell these too. Forgot we already probably filled up a lot of the recycling bin. That's the one thing in New Horizons that I really, really love, though. Like, I know there are a lot of things that I like to, I can criticize about New Horizons. But one thing that they did add that's amazing, and it goes hand in hand with the newfound ability to place items outside. When you're landscaping like this, it's just the greatest thing ever to be able to put a trash can out next to wherever you're landscaping. So, like, if you have a million flowers you have to dig up, right? You don't have to keep running back and forth and disposing of them. You can just have a trash can with you. You can place it next to you and just dump them all in, like, half a second. And it just really expedites the process, like, crazy. There's another snail. See, snails are not rare. Why can I not find a snail in frickin' Animal Crossing on GameCube? I'm bitter. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I mean, I think there's obviously a lot that you can criticize about Animal Crossing. There's another snail. Look, another snail. Take notes, dude. Why? Why are they so common and yet they're so hard to find? That's all I want to know. But yeah, I think there's a lot to criticize about Animal Crossing New Horizons, and obviously a lot of people are very willing to do so. But I think there's a lot to love as well about Animal Crossing New Horizons. It does introduce some very, very, very cool elements. Terraforming, I think, is a lot of fun. I wish the game didn't... I want to say, I wish the game had more to it. The game is very reliant. Your ability to enjoy Animal Crossing New Horizons is very, very, dependent on whether or not you enjoy decorating outside and whether or not you like terraforming. Because those are the two big things that were added to the game. And because those things were added to the game, they basically sacrificed other elements of the Animal Crossing experience to include those things. Like, a lot of the upgrades they've made in New Horizons, they did so in a way that kind of bars the ability to include other things, if that makes sense. And with terraforming and decorating outside, that is largely, like, once you progress to a certain point in the game, that is pretty much all there is left to do. And that's kind of unfortunate. Like, in any of the other Animal Crossing games, now, keep in mind, in any of the other Animal Crossing games, there does come a point where you complete the game. I have not reached it in any of these games yet. But I did take a couple year hiatus, so it makes sense. But, yeah, I don't know. There comes a time where you might want to restart your island, or your town, right? I know a lot of people that are restarting their islands in Animal Crossing New Horizons just because, A, they butchered, the terraforming of their town. They're just like, well, this is trash. Might as well just start from scratch. I'm kind of in a similar boat. I'm not willing to reset altogether because I feel like at this point, I don't want to restart and erase all the progress I've made, like, on my museum and stuff like that. I'm not that uncomfortable with where my island stands, but I do feel like I regret taking away some of the natural vibes that the island comes with by default, right? Like, I did go to an extent, like, overboard with building straight line kind of communities, you know, like the sidewalks are straight paths and what have you. I do kind of regret that. Okay, plant that there. Yeah, no, I'll plant this here. Throw a peach tree right here. So I'll grab these. Oh, no, that, that was a cherry tree I just planted. My bad. It'd be nice if there was like a little sign that popped up when you planted a new sapling that said what kind of sapling it was. That'd be kind of cool. Unnecessary, but kind of cool. Put another apple tree right there. Put an orange tree, maybe like right here. No, you know what? I'm gonna move it over to here. And the same thing with this. In here in Animal Crossing City Folk, I modded my town so all my trees were in perfect lines, and I thought it looked really unnatural and stupid upon restarting. Or not even restarting, but once I got back into it. I do 100% regret almost all the mods that I did here in Animal Crossing City Folk. I really do. I wholeheartedly regret almost all of them. I regret giving myself so much money. I do plan on modding again to get rid of all these things, too. Plant a cedar sapling here. But I regret giving myself all this money because it completely eradicates the point of the game. Cheating, and I think that's why I discourage people now. Like, I would consider myself to some extent an Animal Crossing veteran. I've now played all the games. I have not completed any of the games yet, but I plan on it. I'm working on it, as you see on this channel every single week, every single Friday. But I would consider myself to some extent an Animal Crossing veteran at this point. I don't think that tree's gonna grow. Oh, crap. Here, just rip that up. Just rip that bad boy out, and we'll just plant one right here. But yeah, being a quote-unquote Animal Crossing veteran, I would go as far... I always kind of discourage people now. Oh, what's up? I always discourage people now from time traveling and really doing anything that cheats the game to get things done quicker. People really like that. People especially like that in Animal Crossing New Horizons because it became a social thing. Like, it just blew up on, like, Kotaku and all, like, social media and whatever. It just became, like, this massive global thing. Sure, whatever. But everybody was just trying to impress everybody. It's the same, it was social media came to Animal Crossing, essentially, right? And it was terrible. The one thing that Animal Crossing didn't need was social media. It's the one thing that the world doesn't need. But yeah, it was just it became such a thing where, like, people, it wasn't just like a bunch, like, back in the day, I'm gonna date myself, but like back in the day, like playing Animal Crossing City Folk, you had like a friend group of people that maybe played it, right? You had maybe a group of friends that were all playing it, and it was like, ooh, look what I found, or look what I unlocked, look what I did, right? And he was like, yo, I really like the way you decorated your house. That inspires me to do this, whatever, right? But then it just became like, it almost like a fear of missing out to some extent, but a fear of like being left behind. It felt like so many people were just, oh man, look at their island. My island will never be as good as their island, so why even try? And like, such a weird and disturbing way. And what's messed up is like that's the way people look at life nowadays, right? Which is just very disturbing to think about. But yeah, like, Animal Crossing is supposed to be about fun and relaxation, and like, with Animal Crossing New Horizons, it became too social, and therefore became too serious. And it kind of broke the game for a lot of people. And so now people are like resetting they rush to get different things. They rushed, like, Nookazon became a thing. And Nookazon might have existed back in Animal Crossing New Leaf, but it wasn't wildly popular, I don't think. I never heard of it, and I was a pretty avid Animal Crossing fanatic, way back to City Folk. To the point where I remember there was never any Animal Crossing merch whatsoever. I think Animal Crossing merch here in the United States, I should say. There was some in Japan, and you could find some of it, like, used on eBay that I tried to get, but it was always very expensive, too. Because it was like an import. But, yeah, it was just, I think merch started popping up during the New Leaf era here in the United States. But towards the end, I think. And it wasn't really until New Horizons where Animal Crossing became, like, a cultural phenomenon. And, I think that kind of wasn't a good thing. Like, it's always great to see more people enjoying things that you love, right? So, like, I'm not a gatekeeper. I would never be like, oh, Animal Crossing New Horizons is your first game? Wow, you don't even know about the other Animal Crossing games. Don't even talk to me. You're not on my level. Like, I would never do that. That is freaking stupid. I think people like that are terrible, and they're the bane of my existence. But, with a few exceptions, if you're jumping into Animal Crossing New Horizons and saying how Bunny Day is a trash holiday, which it is in Animal Crossing New Horizons, admittedly, it's not great. I won't say it's trash, but it's not great, right? They kind of ruined it, as they did with a couple of the different holidays in New Horizons. But, if you're like, Zipper T. Bunny's a terrible character, just remove him. It's like, okay. You want to complain about certain characters being left out, but you want to complain that Zipper T. Bunny should leave? Zipper T. Bunny is OG. So don't come at me and tell me whatever, like how much you love Flick and whoever, and then try to trash on OG characters like Zipper T Bunny. Just my opinion. But, I don't know. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, I suppose. But if you hate on Zipper T Bunny just because of his appearance in New Horizons, your opinion is wrong, and I discredit you. I'm afraid that I'm not even keeping track of, like, which trees are going where, and I'm afraid that's gonna bite me in the butt. But we'll see. I'll plant a pear tree here, though. A partridge in a pear tree. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess my point is, like, I would never recommend anybody rush through an Animal Crossing game. And Animal Crossing New Horizons, unfortunately, I feel like kind of lent itself to that. It kind of lent itself to people being more inclined to rush through and unlock things as quickly as possible and get things done. Like, I was not, I mean, I was, to some extent, I was in a rush. In the early goings of Animal Crossing New Horizons, I guess I would say I was kind of in a rush, because I knew, being an Animal Crossing veteran, snobby, being, playing the Animal Crossing games that I have, I knew that there were things to unlock, and I knew that there were things that I wanted to unlock, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted to get to a point as quickly as possible where my museum was full-blown, so I could start collecting bugs and fish and art and, well, art actually wasn't even part of the original game, was it? And fossils and stuff. That was the goal. I wanted to get to a point where I could start progressing in the game. But that's kind of all. That's the only part that I really rushed. And I do want to complete my Critterpedia. Don't get me wrong, like, I do aim to complete my Critterpedia. But I'm not really in a rush. When I see it, like, when I see a bug available this month, I'll try to jump on it. Only because I don't want to have to wait an entire another year until that bug or that fish comes back out. But I try not to rush it. I try to just, like, to sit back and enjoy the game, because that's when you have the most fun with Animal Crossing. That's what Animal Crossing is all about. And, like, if you can't sit back and enjoy that, you feel like you have to, grind and get all these different items. Like, there were, like, if that's the way you want to play, go for it. But then those are the same people that tend to be complaining down the road that they're out of things to do. And, like, a week or two after the update comes out, I think they're done with updates now, right? At least they're done with free major updates. That was the exact wording. We are now done with all free major updates. So, in theory, for New Horizons, there could be more paid updates, like Happy Home Paradise. In theory. There could be minor updates on the horizon that are free. Maybe I'm just hoping for that. I don't know. I guess I'm just hoping for more, because I want more. I want more for the game. But I am content, I'm pretty content right now with Animal Crossing 2.0 as it is. Would I like more? Like, now is the time that I feel like the cosmetic updates could roll out. Like the Super Mario items that rolled out before some holidays did and all that. Like, that was frustrating when the game was incomplete and we were getting cosmetic updates. Now is the kind of time that I would like to see cosmetic updates, if there are any left. They already got through the Mario, the Sanrio. I don't know what else there is. It'd be cool to have Pokemon, or like just general Nintendo items. I think that would be pretty cool. Or just an overall addition of new items available. That would be kind of cool too. But I don't know. It is what it is, I guess, right? I love the game. I'm gonna pick these up. I have space, right? I should, yeah. I love the game. And I actually like it now more that it's not in the spotlight as much. Because now you have the people that... I feel like the people that are still playing Animal Crossing New Horizons are the people that have probably played previous Animal Crossing games. And again, I'm not gatekeeping or anything, but like the people that are still playing it are the people that are nostalgic for Animal Crossing, and they knew to kind of take it slow, and so they're not out of things to do. They're not complaining about lack of things to do. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there are probably a lot of Animal Crossing veterans that didn't take it slow either. Speaking of taking it slow, I still have Christmas stuff up. Every time I come into my house and see this, I'm just like, oh, Jesus, it's April. It's almost May, and I'm still decorated for Christmas. I might as well leave it up now for Christmas in July, right? Maybe next week, I'll try to remember to tear this crap down and decorate for whatever. What's the next holiday? I mean, I guess I can probably just put up, like, neutral stuff now, right? For the summer. I don't know. It's not really a holiday season. Easter's gone. Festivale's gone. St. Patty's Day. I don't even remember if there is I don't think there's a furniture set for St. Patty's Day in City Folk. But anyway, long story short, that's my rant for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe here to the Nintendo Beast YouTube channel and ring that bell for notifications for when I do live streams here on the channel every single month, and when I upload new video content such as this. I upload new videos every single weekday, Monday through Friday of every single week, so you definitely want to be subscribed and receiving notifications for that. Make sure to smash the like button on this video as well, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. But until next time, I am the Nintendo Beast. Thank you so much for watching.